Hello and welcome back to Bike Matters. My name is Brett, and today we have the brand new for 2022 Yamaha TMAX TechMax, often referred to as the king of maxi scooters. Does it still deserve that title? Let's find out in this video. The styling on the TMAX has obviously been revised for this year, and I think it looks aggressive and very sporty. I appreciate it's not going to be for everyone. It's a bit of Yamaha styling at the moment, like the NTs, you either love it or hate it. For me though, it works really nicely. It's very sharp. The new aerodynamics just look awesome. We look at the front here, the dual projector style LED lights. They look nice and dominant. It just works so nicely with the rest of the scooter. We've got the wind mirrors here, slightly more forward, and they actually give very good visibility. We've got the large adjustable windscreen. Then going further down, the sportiness and aggression continues as we've got those gold upside down forks. And I think you agree with me as well, as we go further down the bike, it just looks phenomenal for a maxi scooter. We've got things like the aluminium handlebars, the forged wheels, even the T-shaped LED light on the back. The Yamaha TMAX TechMax packs a 562cc liquid-cooled parallel twin, which is Euro 5 compliant, and it kicks out 47 brake horsepower at 7,500 revs and 55.7 newton meters of torque at 5,250 RPM. And it will be good to get you in excess of 110 miles per hour. Now there's two great modes on this bike, touring and then sport, and sport is where the fun is at, and I've left it in that mode for pretty much most of the review. It is a lot of fun. Now it runs CVT because it is a twist and go maxi scooter. Onto the chassis next, and it is quite a compact chassis on this, and the frame itself is aluminium, and we do have further improvements still, such as the ergonomics. The seat has been improved and the footboards are longer too. Now the scooter itself weighs in at 220 kilograms, so it's quite a sizable and weighty scooter. When it comes to the wheels, we have a 15-inch to the front and another 15-inch to the rear, and we have Bridgestone Battle Axe tyres on both. If we go down to the front here, we have 267mm braking discs, two of them with two piston calipers, and when we move to the back of the bike, we have a 282mm disc with a single piston caliper. At the front here for suspension, we have those gorgeous gold 41mm upside down forks, and to the rear, slightly hidden away, is that preload adjustable mono shock. Now the suspension setup on this scooter is much more like a motorcycle. It is probably quite a bit firmer than you would expect, but it's not uncomfortable, and it doesn't kind of wobble your bones about, so you're kind of still vibrating after you get off the bike. It is a very enjoyable ride. But as I say, it's much more of a motorcycle feel to it, which is an awful lot of fun, because when you're out on the faster roads with the twisties, this is where the TMAX comes into its own. Now under this awesome looking fuel cap is 15 litres of fuel capacity, and we've been averaging about 56.4 miles per gallon on this press bike. So admittedly, it has had a hard life so far. And if we use every single drop of fuel, that kind of consumption, we look to get about 185 miles in range. But if ridden conservatively, I think you're going to get closer to that 60 miles per gallon mark. Now, as you can see, I'm only 5'6", and this bike is an absolute monster. It is huge. The seat height isn't ridiculous. It's 800mm high, which is kind of bang on average for any kind of scooter or motorcycle. But it's a maxi, therefore it is quite wide. And you're probably going to laugh in a second, because when I sit on this, you're going to see how much I struggle to get my feet down. So for those shorter riders among you, just like me, you might have a challenge. Taller average height people, I'm sure you're fine. But as you can see, it is a bit of a struggle. Now, while I'm behind here, underneath this seat, we do have actually a decent amount of storage space, though maybe not quite as much as some people would like. If I hit this fancy little seat button, we then get access underneath, whoop, and as you can see, we can fit one full face helmet very, very nicely indeed. There's even a little light in there. Nice little touch, I think. Now, you can fit more behind that helmet, so we do have a decent amount of storage. It's just not enough for two full face helmets. Furthermore, on the back of the leg shield to the right here, we have this cool little glove box with USB charging port. There's room just underneath it, but there's also this cool little cartridge with little bands on which you put your mobile phone in, So when you put it in charge, you put it in that, slide it in, and your phone is nicely braced. How cool is that? Now, if that's not enough storage for you, then there's an optional Yamaha top box that you can purchase as well. Now, as you may have guessed by the name of this thing being the TMAX, this scooter is absolutely crammed full of technology. One of my favourite bits, if I just hit the little keyless button there, it starts up the awesome 7-inch full colour TFT display, and it just looks awesome, and it does so in all conditions. Even bright sunlight, it doesn't cause us any problems. It's one of the best TFT displays out there. Now, moving on to actually navigate that display, we have this little joystick on the left of the switchgear. Now, you might think a joystick could be a bit naff or a bit cheap, but far from it. Actually feels really good quality and very easy to use. If we just scroll along on the menu options, we've got the adjustable windscreen, which is simply push up or down. Then we have even cooler things, heated grips as standard, push up to 3 times for maximum heat. And the same applies for a heated seat as well. And I applied these heat settings in full July heat, and it got even toastier than I would have liked, so they definitely work well. Further tech includes the full smart key connectivity, which has worked absolutely flawlessly. We've then got traction control, cruise control, and even a locking center stand. And for all those kind of uber geeks out there that really like their technology, of course you can connect this via Bluetooth to the My Yamaha app. When it comes to rivals on the TMAX, there isn't that many. There's the Kymco AK550, which is just a little bit under £10,000. But in all honesty, I think the main 2 competitors for this are going to be in the way of Hondas. We have the typical kind of maxi scooter, which is the Forza 750, which is about £10,300. And then the even bigger XADV, which is kind of a crossover adventure scooter, which is just under £11,000. But when it comes to the TMAX, Yamaha have gone all in with tech and to give it a proper premium sporty scooter feel. So how does this compare against its rivals? Well, this big beastie is £12,700, which does make it the most expensive combustion engine maxi scooter on the market today in the UK. Now, it is available in 2 colourway options, either power grey or dark petrol, take your pick. But as I say, just looking at this, you know Yamaha have gone full out on this in looks, in spec, in technology. They have made this as premium as they possibly can. So what are my final thoughts on the Yamaha TMAX? Well, there's no denying this scooter is an absolute masterpiece. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. Out on the road, it feels quite compact, very agile. Yes, it weighs 220 kilograms, and manual handling, you do have to be careful with it. But out on the road, I mean, man, for a maxi scooter, this rides terrifically well. And around bends, you just never expect it to handle this well. The engine picks up very nicely. You feel a little bit of vibration, but it performs so well and accelerates decently. I think most riders, if you've never been on a maxi scooter before and take this out, you'd have an absolute riot. And you probably scare the shit out of a lot of other riders, not expecting this scooter to go flying past them quite as it will do. But all in all, yes, it is very premium. It is pricey, there's no doubt about it. But Yamaha have done what they've set out to do and make this a truly premium scooter. So there you have it. That's my full review on the Yamaha TMAX. If you enjoyed this video, go on, hit that like button. If you've got any comments or thoughts on this big old scooter, let us know in the comments section below. If you're not already subscribed to the BikeMatters YouTube channel, why not? It's free. Go on, hit that red subscribe button and ding the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.